What's going on, Panther Nation? Have you ever wanted to lose weight or having a hard time doing so? Or do you stay in the gym? We have anything and everything for you. Just go to the website, goherbalife.com/Brandon Herbert, and type in the keyword Black Cat. Get 10% off of anything your needs desire. What's going on, Panther Nation? Another day, another dollar. I know we're a day late, but it's never a bad time to talk about Carolina Panthers football. Hopefully one day we will be able to say the best team in the National Football League. So, let's get it.
Y'all know what time it is. Why? I like to introduce the song. Bow, and present to many. Carolina Panthers. T1, let go.
There we go again. You know we about to show out, cause we know we gon' win. We ready for the kickoff, so go on, let us in, so we can hit the end zone and show you how we dance. Black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Yeah, black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Yeah.
Game face on, ready for whatever. Rain, sleet, snow, go through any weather. We gon' play to win, as long as we together. We gon' take it out, cause ain't nobody better. Heart of a champ, mind of a winner. All we do is win, that's the anthem. Show up to your city and make a lot of noise, and they be like, who that? Panther! Yeah, we be going hard, and we be going strong. We known everywhere, cause we be putting on. Losing on condone that, point blank period. Shut the league down, cause it is that serious.
There we go again. You know we about to show out, cause we know we gon' win. We ready for the kickoff, so go on, let us in, so we can hit the end zone and show you how we dance.
Black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Yeah, black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. We gon' get it in. Yo.
What is going on, Panther Nation? We have a good show for you today. I just want to start off saying that you can follow me on Twitter, at BlackCat1. You can find me on Facebook, Panther Nation 28. We have a really nice following now. I want to start off and thank you, every single one of you guys, for listening. I want to thank everybody for everything that you're doing and everything, all the support. We just hit this week for the last episode. We had over 100 follows, shares, and likes, and I do appreciate it. The only thing I will say is, I have people on Stitcher, I have people on iTunes and everything. I'm just trying to get my YouTube following up, so please subscribe, watch, whatever the case may be. But other than that, we are killing it. It is one of the fastest growing podcasts, Panther podcasts today. It's been, I'm having a blast, having a good time talking to you guys. I love getting feedback. You guys have been doing a pretty good job about giving me a little feedback of what I can do better, or what you like about it and everything like that. So I appreciate all of that. That's basically all I wanted to say is, thank you guys for everything you're doing, all the support, all the follows, all the likes. Let's try to hit 200 this week. So, Carolina got a new owner in David Temper. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about him. Some good. I've seen a lot of negativity. I got in an argument with a Panther fan, and I guess it's no need to argue stupidity, but he was saying why this and that. about David Temper. All I'm saying is give the man an opportunity, a chance. Uh, uh, I guess he didn't like his political stances on things, political stances on things, and everything like that. That's fine. That's your preference. But he's running an NFL team, so what I'm looking to get out of him, I don't want a Jerry Jones type owner, but I do say that I want someone that is going to have more initiative, someone that's going to have a little bit more let's go out and do this type of mentality, and and I do believe that David Temper is going to be a little bit more hands on than what Jerry Richardson was. Now, I'm not saying we're going to bring in like all these type of bad and negative guys. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that some guys, I do feel like if the good outweighs the bad, we will start pursuing in years, in years future or whatever. Because, like, let's be honest, sometimes we get a little too conservative, and I think David Temper is going to start off with a bang. And I'm going to tell you a little hot take, which I don't think is going to happen this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. I mean, if we continue to improve or whatever, and if we're getting better and making the playoffs and actually being like a Super Bowl contender, then this won't happen. So don't get me wrong. But you've seen our up and down record. Hopefully we can finally have a back-to-back winning season in the first time in its history. But you see the back and forth record. So I'm going to tell you this. A new owner, that means so much for everybody. That means that no one is safe. And my hot take is that Ron Rivera, he's not necessarily on a hot seat, but in the same time, his job is not so secure, than everyone is making it out to be. Because remember, this is not David Temper's guy. Heck, it's really not even Marty's guy. But at the same time, Marty or David Temper isn't. Or David Gettleman. I'm sorry, Marty or Ron Rivera isn't necessarily safe because one bad year could just have them out. So I do think we're going to be fighting hard this year. And I'm still up and down with Ron Rivera. I know all the Carolina Panther fans, you're going to, have my throat for this or cut my throat for this but I'm a fan of Ron Rivera. I love his personality. I love the type of person he is. Seems like a really good guy. He's a really good coach. But let me ask you this, Panther Nation. Is he a Super Bowl winning coach? Because that's a completely different thing in a different scenario. Because you can be a really great coach, but not be a Super Bowl winning coach. And people say, yeah, he made it to the Super Bowl and everything like that. But did he win? There's a big difference because it's the plays that you not just the plays you draw up. You have to have some stones. You have to have, some creativity. You can't be conservative to win the whole thing. And I think we saw it all this year with Philadelphia. They pulled out all the stocks, and that's what I think. My question to you, Panther Nation, my question to Ron Rivera, Panther Nation, is does he have what it takes to just throw caution to the wind and be like, you know what, we're going to take it all. We're going to take what we want. We're going to take what we deserve. Like, I know, he's done well. He's a really good coach. Look at Marvin Lewis from the Bengals. Very good coach. I mean, he's had a really good run of playoffs. Never won in the playoffs, but he had a really good run in the playoffs. And I mean, he's had the last couple of years he's been kind of bad, but he's had a lot of injuries. But Just look at him. He's a very good coach, but he's not a Super Bowl winning coach. There is a distinct difference. A Super Bowl winning coach is the elite of the elite. Now, I will put Ron Rivera in maybe the top 7 coaches, but when I say Super Bowl winning coach, I'm talking about the top 5. Because if you look at it, there's these coaches that consistently get to the NFC Championship game, the AFC Championship game, winning the big game. And that's a big question mark on this team right now. It's bigger than, to me, is bigger in the long term, bigger than our receivers, bigger than our running back, our defensive line, whatever the case may be. It's a lot bigger because this is the man that's going to lead the charge. Look at even you can even look at Pete Carroll. Now, being too gutsy bit him in one of his Super Bowls. But I mean, like in Sean Payton, you look at the mentality of these coaches. They feel like we are going to throw you everything. If you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us at our absolute best. It's not going to be no trickery or anything like that. You're going to beat us at our absolute best. We're not going to be conservative and go home. So when you beat them, you know that they gave you everything that you had. And that's what I'm hoping Ron Rivera can prove to us. Because this Riverboat Ron, he was Riverboat for about 1 year, really, if you really look at it. And that was because his job was on the line. He was about to get fired. So he decided to throw caution to the wind. If he plays with the same mentality he did that year when he was on the hot seat and going to get fired if he didn't show progression and show that he was a good coach. If he has that same mentality, I guarantee, this is a promise, I guarantee we win a Super Bowl with him. Because he threw caution to the wind, didn't care, he was going for it on, 4th and 3, when it's in the second quarter and all that kind of stuff. And the thing is, he had confidence that Cam Newton was going to deliver. Whether it worked or not, he had confidence, and that's what I think that I want to see him trust Cam Newton a little bit more. And people get on me about talking about his accuracy and everything like that. If Cam Newton is an elite quarterback, which I think he is, I think he's a top 5 to 7 quarterback. That's me personally, and maybe I'm biased, but I think he is. If he can work on a few things, like if you think about it, if he can improve his high throws a little bit, imagine how dominant, how undeniable his talent would take him. And now that I think he actually has, other than the year that he has Steve Smith, a legit receiver in DJ Moore, because I've watched so much film of him since we drafted him, and I think I'm in love with this kid. I think that he is an explosive receiver. And he's a tough receiver. And I know that I was listening to the C3 podcast, and he said that Tony said that he didn't get how we were comparing him. And I'll tell you this, off the field, no. He's not Steve Smith. He's a well-mannered kid. He's polite, he's soft-spoken and all this other stuff. But when he puts on those pads and lines it up, it's like a flip of the switch. Like, he is a monster. And I think that he will help Cam Newton so much, because Cam Newton right now, a lot of people say that, Cam Newton still don't have weapons. Think about it. Right now he has a receiver he can dump the ball off to. He's going to make something happen. He has a running back in Christian McCaffrey he can dump the ball off to. He's going to make something happen. He has a speedy receiver, if he can stay healthy, 2 speedy receivers, if they can stay healthy, and Curtis Samuel, which I think that Curtis Samuel will have a much, much larger role this year. A lot of people are forgetting about him because he didn't play that much. But the games that he did play, he looked decent. And think about it. Receiver is one of the hardest positions other than quarterback to translate into the NFL. So, like, he didn't necessarily too much struggle. Well, he didn't have the opportunity that he did last year because he was hurt. And a lot of people are saying that he's injury prone. If you look at his college thing, he wasn't hurt that much. It was just this year, in my belief. But now we have a big. Well, he's not big, but he plays big. And DJ Moore, we have a speedy receiver in Curtis Samuel. I still believe that Bird can be that third or fourth option. That is like, wow. And to be honest, a lot of people aren't saying this, which I love Funches. And Funches is a big, strong receiver but who's to say that he's going to be here next year? His contract is up at the end of the year, and they might have just drafted his replacement. Who knows? And I like Funches. I think he can be a very, very good high-end number 2 receiver. You guys know that. I'm just having questions, can he be a number 1? Now, he actually had a pretty good year last year. A lot of people really didn't talk about it. But once he took the reins and actually we shipped Kelvin Benjamin out of there, he actually played pretty decent. But can he do that for a full season? That is to be determined. So we have Funches, we have Moore, we have Curtis Samuel, we have Bird. And we also have another one, which somebody's going to get cut that's going to make somebody mad, because we also have Wright, and we have the one from Baltimore, Torrey Smith. So somebody, unless we carry like 7 receivers, which we might, there's a chance, but at the same time, somebody's going to get cut that we don't like, and I'm hoping it's not Bird. To be honest, Wright might be the man out, the odd man out. So, but back to Ron Rivera, that's what I'm saying. If you look at the talent he actually has, like Cam Newton could. I don't see how people saying that he didn't improve and everything like that. He has weapons. He just has to hit them now. So with Ron Rivera, it's time. I said it about Cam Newton, and it goes the same with Ron Rivera. In my eyes, it's a make it or break season, because you have everything in front of you right now. You got faster on defense. You got faster on offense. We have a couple holes, that they refuse to fill, but at the same time, that's not an excuse any longer. I know I've talked about Noah Turner for a long time, and I'm one of his biggest supporters. I think that he's going to do an outstanding job. And a lot of people are. Just look at the running backs that he's worked with. That's what gives me confidence that he is going to have. That Christian McCaffrey is very lucky to be in a position that he's in. And you might say that these were just great running backs anyway, but somebody had to mold and develop them. So he worked with Emmitt Smith, he worked with Damian Thomason, Stephen Davis, Adrian Peterson, and Darren Sproles, among hundreds of others. So, and he's also worked with great quarterbacks. Mostly throughout his tenure as a head coach, he worked with Phillip Rivers, is the well-known ones. But he's worked with Aiken. He's worked with a lot of different quarterbacks as well. So I think that this is the perfect scenario for a Christian McCaffrey, for a Cam Newton. And like I told everybody before, I think it's all about the scheme. And a lot of people are saying it's old school. A lot of people are saying it's going to be drop back, 7 steps, and deep balls. Yes, it may be those, but, I mean, he's not stupid. He knows that the offensive line needs work, it needs improvement. Or maybe the line can just gel together. Who knows? The season hasn't started. But I guarantee you, if Cam Newton is getting rocked, 20 times a game because he's taking steps, deep steps back and everything like that and chucking it, then he's going to make adjustments. See, this is the difference between Mike Shula and what Norv Turner will do. Norv Turner is actually a whiz at making adjustments and seeing what the defenses are doing. So we have to keep that in mind. And I'm just so excited about this season. Like, this season's unlike, last season, yes, I was excited, but this season just seems like it might be something special because of the fact that, like I said, I'm a huge fan of DJ Moore. I feel like Cam Newton, and throughout his career, yes, I might be hard on him, but he hasn't been equipped with the weapons that he needs to be equipped with. And it is not just the coach's fault, it's Ron Rivera's fault, it's the GM's fault, whoever that it may be. He hasn't been equipped with the people with the necessary weapons that he needs to be equipped with. And this year, I feel like he has the most weapons in his entire career. And then people forget we still have Greg Olsen. If he can stay healthy this year, he might be have another 1,000 yards on his resume. So, and then we drafted Ian Thomas, and I think that a lot of people, I think he's going to be a contributor this year. Like, even though like we have Greg Olsen, I think he's going to be a decent contributor. I'm not saying he's going to get a bunch of touches or anything like that, but I think he will be a decent contributor. He is loaded. He's loaded, and the only thing that can do him wrong this year, to me, is the offensive line. It is that guard position, and in fact, it's the tackle positions as well. We drafted, guards the last 2-3 years in a row. Like, where are they? Like, Sinatolu better not be starting. I'm gonna get mad because what about Moten or I forgot the 3rd round pick that we picked last year or whatever. Like, so you're just telling me that those were a waste of picks? So no, like let one of them step in, let one of them step up. I am very, very hopeful of Cam Newton this year. I do think that this will be beyond his 2015 season. I think this will be his best season in his career. And I'm not saying he's going to put up 50 touchdowns again, but for some reason, whether he puts up those 50 or not, I do believe that this is going to be the best we've seen out of Cam Newton. Whether it's with his accuracy, whether it's with big moments like we always like to say, people can pad stats and everything all the time, but it's what you do in those big moments. And I do believe that he will have a very, very good season this year. And I do believe that Christian McCaffrey will have a career year, which, that's not hard to do when it comes to on the ground because you know how he was last year. I personally think that he was used completely the wrong way. I think that he's going to play a more of a LT role, even with C.J. Anderson there. I don't think that C.J. Anderson is going to take like a ton of touches away from him. I think that, like I said, he's going to play that LT role because he's shifty just like LT. And like I said, I believe that he has the vision to run between the tackles and everything else, regardless of what y'all say. We're going to see because y'all, like I said, y'all don't get that the offensive coordinator is a big deal. It's not just, they're not just there just to be there. They're a big deal. It's about how you use your weapons. And you can see how Todd Gurley has change that fast. He was always a beast in my mind, but he had that down year because Fisher, and when he got a real offensive coordinator in there that could actually, well, he's the head coach, but he was an offensive coordinator that can actually do things with him. You saw what happened. So, and before I get out of here, I want to just switch it over to the defense. The defense, like I told you before, we got a lot faster with Jackson. And one thing I love about this guy, whether he can back it up, that's to be determined, But the one thing I do love about this guy is that he talks and he talks and he talks and he talks and he doesn't stop. His confidence is through the roof. So hopefully he can back it up. I don't know. Like I said, he seems like he has decent instincts and everything like that. Hopefully, because we play more zone, hopefully his speed will actually matter. Because if we're playing zone and everything like that, and then he reads and reacts, and his speed, and with that 4.3 speed, hopefully that'll make a difference. So I am super excited about this season. Please let me know what you guys think. It's going to be a shorter episode because, like I told you, I was, I just really wanted to push one out once a week and everything like that. I missed yesterday. I apologize for that. As most of you know, I'm in the military and sometimes duty calls. But thank you guys so much for listening. I know, like I said, I just wanted to hit on a few quick points and everything like that. Thank you guys for everything you guys do. Thanks for sharing. You can look me up on Twitter at BlackCat1. Find me on Facebook, Panther Nation 28. You can like the page. You can share the page, please. You can like and subscribe my YouTube channel. I think that's it. I think we're good here. But thank you guys so much. You can also visit my website, which my website hasn't been rebooted yet. So that's probably why it looks like it's old and everything like that. It hasn't been rebooted. It's not going to be rebooted until preseason, so in August. So thank you guys so much for following. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and everything. Like I said, we had over 100 shares, likes, and everything last week. So we're going to try to hit the 200 mark this week, which shouldn't be hard. But as long as you're liking and sharing and everything like that, I appreciate everything. And also, please, I get plenty of people watching on Stitcher and everything. I guess it depends on what is available to you. But please do like and subscribe on my YouTube channel, please. But yeah, so I think we're good here. You guys have a blessed day, blessed weekend, blessed week. I love you guys. And don't forget, if you're not a Panthers fan, you're not a fan at all.
Y'all know what time it is. Why? I like to introduce the song. Bow, ha, and present to many. Ha, Carolina Panthers. T1, let go.
There we go again. You know we about to show out, cause we know we gon' win. We ready for the kick out, so go on, let us in, so we can hit the end zone and show you how we dance. Black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Yeah, black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Yeah. Game face on, ready for whatever. Rain, sleet, snow, go through any weather. We gon' play to win, as long as we together. We gon' take it out, cause ain't nobody better. Heart of a champ, mind of a winner. All we do is win, 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 that's the anthem. Show up to your city and make a lot of noise, and they be like, who that? Panther! Yeah, we be going hard, and we be going strong. We known everywhere, cause we be putting on. Losing on condone that, point blank period. Shut the league down, cause it is that serious. Uh-oh, there we go again. You know we about to show out, cause we know we gon' win. We ready for the kickoff, so go on, let us in, so we can hit the end zone and show you how we dance. Black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Yeah, black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. We gon' get it in. Yo.
What's going on, guys? If you like to work out or if you want to lose weight or anything in between, please go to our website and fill out a free wellness profile, and that basically means that we help you in everything that you desire. Just fill it out, go to the website, and we'll see how we can help you if you want to lose weight, gain weight, trim up, tone up, whatever the case may be. Just go to goherbalife.com/Brandon Herbert. goherbalife.com/Brandon Herbert. Type in the keyword Black Cat and get 10% off.